Just 2 days away now from the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump.
And while preparations continue in earnest, our nation's capital is all abuzz. We have live team coverage tonight. Both Glenna Milberg and Janine Stanwood are in place. Janine, let's begin with you.
And Lori, I can tell you that the president-elect is no doubt getting ready for all of the pomp and circumstance. He attended a dinner tonight. We're told that he's practicing his speech, but he's also working. In fact, late tonight, we have learned that he's expected to name former Georgia Governor Sonny Perdue as Secretary of Agriculture. Meanwhile, some of his other cabinet picks, they're getting grilled on Capitol Hill. And some people who are not thrilled with the cabinet or the potential for a Trump administration, they're taking to the streets. A small batch of late-night Trump critics getting heated, marching down Pennsylvania Avenue just days before the swearing-in. Earlier, 4 of the president-elect's cabinet picks took part in some heated exchanges before the Senate on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers grilling Health and Human Services nominee Tom Price, a vocal opponent of Obamacare, on his replacement plan.
There's been a lot of talk about individuals losing health coverage. That is not our goal, nor is it our desire, nor is it our plan.
Also in the hot seat, Mr. Trump's nominee to lead the EPA, Scott Pruitt. Meanwhile, D.C. is making the final preparations for the inauguration. Preparations are being made not just at the Capitol building, but at other buildings around D.C., like right here at Union Station. You can see right here the barricades are going up, and if you take a look inside, there is some official inaugural event being planned. The president-elect also preparing, posting this picture online with what he says is a draft of his inaugural address. This family from Parkland says they're confident it will be a message of unity, something they felt as soon as they arrived in the nation's capital.
And I tell you, the people in Washington have been the most friendly, helpful, courteous, everybody.
And by the way, this is Union Station, and we have learned that that event that's being held here tomorrow is actually a private candlelight dinner that the president-elect and the vice president-elect are expected to attend with their wives. Of course, it's a private dinner for donors, so we will not have any access to it. We are live in Washington, D.C. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
Janine, thanks a lot. Amid the preparations are some protests tonight.
Our team coverage continues with that side of the story with Local 10's Glenna Milberg. Glenna, what have you found?
Lori, Calvin, everybody is gearing up. In fact, I want to just show you the bleachers. We are along the parade route for Friday. Everything is setting up just like this, but also one of the first inaugural balls of the week belong to the state of Florida. A who's who of Republican power structure of our state was at this invitation-only ball, and they were celebrating not only a win, but what they think will be a new kind of access here. Florida's governor and first lady hosted, part politicking, part partying, and for a few hundred of Florida's most engaged Republicans, 100% celebration.
When you've been locked out of the White House for 8 years, like Florida Republicans and Republicans across the country, this is the night you celebrate.
As if the nation's biggest swing state wasn't important enough in national politics, come Friday, Governor Rick Scott will have a friend and business-minded colleague inaugurated as President of the United States, who is also a Florida resident. The crowd is VIPs, and not necessarily all from Florida. So far, we have not seen Donald Trump here. Earlier Wednesday, Governor Scott made the rounds on Capitol Hill, intent on capitalizing on the power of connections.
What I'm trying to do is build a relationship with every cabinet member so we can work to get more things done for our state.
No Trump!
No fascist USA! A protest march not far from the Sunshine Ball telegraphed more and bigger to come this week. But at the ball, no sign of the divisions outside.
Our state remains divided. I mean, for the 4th election in a row, the margin of victory was just 1%. We're just a divided state.
And by all accounts, everyone on all sides is looking to the president-elect this week to be the beginning of a unifying force for this country. If you're wondering who paid for the Florida Sunshine Ball, that would be the donors to Governor Scott's Let's Get to Work Political Action Committee. That was the sponsor for tonight's festivities. I'm Glenna Milberg, live in Washington, D.C. tonight. Local 10 News.
So much already underway. Glenna, thank you, and stay with Local 10 for complete inauguration coverage. Glenna and Janine will be back with more live reports tomorrow.